You know, I'm gonna try something new. I think I want to go gunfighter, and then I'll just switch between tac mask and flak jacket. At first, I'll go flak jacket. Secondary perk kind of sucks, but I guess we go with tracker here, or we could even go scavenger, but there's weapons everywhere, so then I'll leave ghost on. I've been seeing a lot of people actually just use this shotgun secondary, so I guess I'll use it. Field mics are still everywhere. They're still really strong. So basically, until we get ninja. All right, so I have the nearly fully stacked L96 here now. So last night I leveled the Tundra all the way up to level 34. I ended up unlocking basically the things that I needed here. I ended up getting this barrel, the Overlord barrel. And I also ended up leveling all the way up to this Task Force rear grip to get that 10% aiming speed. So we have an aiming speed of 450 milliseconds, which really isn't, it's fast enough. It's not the fastest, and the fact that the Pellington can, you know, ADS in like 300 and whatever amount of seconds, I mean, it's definitely faster. It's kind of given that whole like ballista versus DSR kind of vibe. Not nearly as good. I was running around a whole bunch with just this Lawbreaker and stuff, and just running around with a bunch of like yellow perks and stuff, or 2 red perks and ghosts or something like that, but figured I'll give this a shot. Supposedly supposed to be like double XP or something today, I think. Not that I necessarily really need it, but yeah, I haven't even tried to play like whatever that weird fire team mode thing is, where you can get downed and die and then like take a bunch of seconds to respawn and stuff. I don't know. That's one of the things that turned me off in Battlefield, where like I would die and then I would have to wait like 10 seconds. I know that sounds like some ADHD type of shit, but I hated waiting around and selecting where I'm spawning and shit. This whole fire team thing is kind of weird, given I have no idea exactly how it works, but I've seen the gameplay of it, but I have no interest in playing it. It's like Warzone-ish in the sense of like it's larger things and there's teams of people and there's things like that, which is cool. I guess that's what people like now, but yeah. I stayed on last night to try to level this thing all the way up to at least get the Task Force ADS thing, where I can actually, you know, scope in like that. And once I got the silencer, it made a world of difference. That's one. I have a bunch of clips that I hit, but I don't really know if I feel like editing them together. I don't. And define clips, I mean, I don't have any like crazy 5-ons or some shit like that, but I mean, once you get all the attachments and stuff, I still don't have the one sprint out stock, though. I mean, the sniping still feels a little funny, but let me run! Remove the boats, remove the boats, remove the boats! Who thought it was a good idea to make tank bombs? Shit is just so brain dead. It takes like 4 rockets to destroy it. Does it regen HP too? Like, what kind of shit is this, man? What game are we even playing? Are we competitive or not? Or are we gonna have an identity crisis like Modern Warfare as well? Holy shit, man. Not even close to a god. Pussy. Totally a god just sitting right there in the corner. High level player right there. Definitely god tier. Alright, well, you guys can have it then. I really don't care. So the dream class setup here would probably to have this sound moderator on, keep this Overlord barrel. I mean, it's worth it. That 6% makes a big difference. Steady aim laser, because I mean, why not? And the other ones, I don't really understand the purpose of these flashlights. I'm gonna be real. Maybe it's because we haven't played any maps where they're useful or something like that, but I mean, during beta, I don't know if anybody has actually made good use out of these flashlights. I don't really know what the purpose is. It says its reveal distance is up, but I don't understand. You can already see. This isn't like Modern Warfare, where you literally have to crank up different filters over the game in order to actually see. You can see on this game. I mean, unless you're playing on like Miami on console. But on PC, I see everything. It's crisp. No reason to get this 5 milliwatt laser, even for the really good, you know, hip fire accuracy, because we lose that aiming speed. And obviously the Ember sighting point is also down there as well. Gives you hip fire accuracy plus a flashlight. At the moment I'm using the patrol grip, but I don't really know if I like it that much. So we'll have the infiltrator grip though soon. That'll be the dream one right there, infiltrator straighter grip. I like fast mag personally. I've been seeing some people run around with 7-round magazine and stuff like that. Maybe the 7-round isn't so bad. I could give it a shot maybe. Task Force rear grip, this is the one that we want. I did try out the Warden tight grip for a good amount of time on the Pellington, and that flinch stability does help. It feels especially bad if I don't have the one good stock on, so it's kind of like a weird mixed bag that maybe I'd switch to every once in a while, but mostly I just want the most aiming speed I possibly can. So Task Force rear grip, and the stock will be this Marathon stock here. I don't care about the hip fire accuracy. I mean, ultimately that means I could take off the steady aim laser, really, and I don't even need Gunfighter, but I don't know. That's only when you're running around with Gunfighter and stuff. It's whatever. The shotgun was doing work. I know that they nerfed it or something. It takes a little bit to swap it out and swap back and forth and stuff without gung-ho on. I mean, I could go back to Lawbreaker. I don't know. I just find myself constantly swapping over to my 74U and stuff to just like melt people or whatever. Oh, also my 74U, I had that also ranked up. I wonder if this drop shot hand grip is any good. I know a lot of people use that Duster stock for a while, but that ain't happening. Oh no, yeah, definitely my favorite map that I'm playing on the beta is definitely Cartel. As far as 12v12 goes, my favorite map is still probably Satellite, but I haven't played much 6v6 since this war mode came out, the Combined Arms Assault. Also, yesterday I ended up turning my graphics like all the way up. Even I basically get the same frames I would on like Warzone or whatever. I could change my shit right here to 1440p, and I basically don't even see an FPS hit. What happens if I put it all the way up to 4K? Drop 20 frames. I mean, if I turn everything on, even with my render resolution all the way up to 4K, field of view all the way up, object view distances up, volumetric lighting, everything. Let's put it all up. Anti-aliasing, I'm gonna keep it off, motion blur off. I have everything turned on right now at 120 FOV, and I still have like 90 frames. And goddamn, this game looks good. This shotgun's cheese. Extended barrels. Does that up your bullet velocity, or does it actually give you range with the shotties? See, I don't know what it was about Modern Warfare, but Modern Warfare ended up looking so good that it looks bad in the sense of all of the visual noise that that game has. Console, it's fine, you know, it's just like blurry and stuff like that, anti-aliasing everywhere, but when you turn anti-aliasing off on Modern Warfare specifically, like everything on the screen, the visual noise, all the visual movement of all the edges, all the jagged edges look especially jagged. On here, I have anti-aliasing off. Point out the visual noise. My 2080 Ti would be screaming right now. 4K gaming is here, dude. Now, given I don't ever want to play on these high of settings, especially when you turn your render resolution up. You end up adding latency when you start doing all this shit with the graphics. So turn this field of view back down to 100. Nice little sweet spot. Render resolution back down to 100. I'm pretty sure just cranking my thing all the way up to 4K or whatever probably did the most to it. Everything else, even when you go and put everything on really low, the game still looks better than Modern Warfare anyway, in my opinion. I mean, I don't really know if that really comes down to opinion, to be honest with you, because I can see much more. That's just a fact. Dynamic shadows on too. Is that ray tracing or no? I don't know if that's real time or not. See, on Modern Warfare, I think I usually run SMA 1. Sometimes I go Filmic SMA and all this other stuff. And I kind of end up switching back and forth between the two of them because I have visibility issues. Either it'll be like too blurry or it's gonna be like too sharp and all over the place and just crazy looking. It just looks like shit. But on here, I'm able to have anti-aliasing off, still see the edges of things without all the crazy movement and visual noise without the blurriness. It's pretty great, and I don't even have a filter on. Now, given if you put filters on it, you end up losing, you know, like 30 FPS. Still, that's what I would have to do on Modern Warfare to try to, you know, increase visibility and stuff, especially when I'm making videos, just so the game doesn't look like absolute shit. But I mean, I know most people just sit around all day and just watch streamers, and most of their, you know, settings are ultra low and stuff like that too, so there's some streamers out there where they got their graphical settings set to looking pretty nice, but a lot of people are really running those ultra low settings, maximum FPS. I want to get good at solos in Warzone. It's really what I want to do. I think the maxed out LW3 is definitely going to be the way to go, but I feel like there's going to be little times within myself where I go, I'm really tired of like not being able to shoot again, or tired of not being able to ADS fast enough against these guys.